So you're willing to create posts into Instagram using your Canva. This is a really practical beginner to intermediate tutorial, so let's get started. The first thing you want to focus on is into, let's say, be a little bit relevant with what you're actually aiming for. So actually it's going to be really easily. The first thing you wanted to do is to focus into, let's say, the standard square post is to understand how this Instagram allows the actual post. The first thing you wanted to focus on is into your configurations to make sure that you are using the one that says personal account, and the language you can change this. In my case, I'm going to go for a heading and stick around with English. And once I have directly that option, I'm going to head back directly into the home dashboard. Into my home dashboard, what you wanted to do is to connect your Instagram account before we can start making posts into Instagram. So in order to start, let's focus into the upper left corner that says create. Inside here, let's go for the element that says social media. Inside social media, I'm going to click into Instagram. Now here we can start posting stuff. We don't want to make stories, we don't want to make reels, we don't want to create an Instagram profile picture. We want to go straight with the Instagram post. So with this, I'm going to click directly inside that element. And here we are now directly into the actual template. Now you can see that back directly when I click into share, we automatically see now the element that says Instagram or TikTok or even Facebook. So we're going to do this later. First of all, I want to start adding my actual post for my Instagram. So directly inside here, I'm going to focus into the left section that says template. Here in the template, what you can do is to choose a specific template to make this process much more faster. So here, for example, we have an actual portrait post taking up for the entire height of the actual graphic. Actually, it looks really well. What I wanted to do now is to focus directly into the actual anatomy of a high converting post. Let's say, for example, that here my specific post is about promoting an actual product. So for example, let's say that I choose this one. When I click directly inside this one, automatically this specific element will be posted into my editor. So what I just need to do is to double click the element that I would like to change. For example, instead of 30% off, the change is for 50% off. And where it says get it now, let's say get yours. There we go. Hold the burger. I can be changing this for get your shoes. And instead of this, I can add my specific product. Let's say, for example, here that I'm going to be looking for some shoes into my elements. So the first thing that we usually do is to only focus into adding my own products directly like this. So I think this one actually works for me. I'm going to make this a little bit much bigger. There we go. And this, I'm going to make this a little bit smaller like this and put it into the left section. Let's say you do not need it. You do not want it. You need it. There we go. Here's my post. So the last thing I'm going to do is to delete this element. For example, I'm going to add this specific symbol really fast, and there we go. So if you want an actual full tutorial how we can actually start editing tools, use the elements of Canva, you can let me know in the comments below. This is just an actual simple tutorial how we can actually connect your Instagram through Canva, and of course making posts and so much more. So once you have your actual post, you can have more than one, but in this case I'm going to go for one only. I'm going to go for the element that says share. Then if I clicked into this element that says Instagram, it will be asking me to open the actual Instagram account in order for making the actual post. Just like that, it will be telling you the actual format. You can choose from a post, a reel, or a story. In my case, this will be an actual post. Now where it says choose the actual pages, you can choose the page number 1. Yes, this means that if I have 10 different pages, I can choose the 10 different pages for making, let's say, like a scheduled post. So into my caption, let's say I'm going to generate the actual caption for me. There we go. And I'm going to go and tag people if I want to, invite collaborators or whatever. In this case, I'm going to go for the element that says connect. If you want, you can even post directly from the actual mobile. What's gonna happen here is that this will be sent into your Canva mobile application. So this will be sent into the Instagram account right away. So you don't have to do this from your computer. So if you're like me and you wanted to do this all by yourself inside the computer, usually what I do is to go for the element that says connect. So when I go for connect, it will be popping up this new window. So what I need to do is to choose the element that says yes, I want to allow to access and publish content through my Canva account. So I'm gonna head back directly here into Canva, and now here is my actual Instagram account, which says you are logged in as, and here's my actual Instagram account. So what you can do is to schedule this post later. Let's say, for example, tomorrow at 3 p.m. You can select the actual channel, which would be your Instagram, and connect this through Instagram business account. This is only for scheduled businesses. You must have an actual access to Meta business suite in order for making these kind of elements. But in my case, I will go just straight directly here through Instagram. Once you finish with this element, what you can do is now to hit into the element that says published now. And there you go. The actual process actually is not that hard. Actually, it's going to be really easily. So the last thing is to make sure, I'm going to just delete this element, keep the element that says publish now, is to make sure that my product, or in this case my content, my post, has now been successfully published. Just let's say, for example, that sometimes you are not ready to post the elements, you want to delete this right away. So the first thing I wanted to do is to just wait to see if this one has now been published. Let's go for the element that says checked this out. This will be sending me directly into my Instagram account, and you can see that my post, my account, and that stuff has now been correctly added. And as you can see, if I go into my profile, here it is, my actual post. So it actually works. If you wanted to make more than just one post at a time, what I can totally suggest you is to look out for an element that says bulk. The bulk is going to be helping you to post more than one product, or let's say post at a time. So it would be really easily to go ahead and do that. So in my case, with this application, look for the element that says bulk, and you go for bulk create. Inside here, you can enter the data manually, like this. So you can enter a specific text, you can enter the specific image, and you can now start making posts one by one. But this will be in a specific tutorial for another day. So with this being said, we have reached the very end of the video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel to Easy Tech. Thank you for watching, guys. See you next time.